dry white marker. As long as you've got a big dry white marker.
What you do is, for eyebrows, you get a piece of like cotton.
Yeah.
So maybe one of my threads from my sewing machine.
Yeah.
And you have to get it from where your nostril meets like your cheek, and then in a straight line, and that's where your eyebrow starts.
Yeah.
And then you go, so your nostril, and then you go through the middle of your pupil, and that's the point in your eyebrow.
Right.
And then the end is from your nostril again to the end of your eye.
I'm telling you,
the
Lise.
end of your eyebrow, and that's the shape of your eyebrow.
I'll just razor it off for you, and we've got a dry white marker.
Well,
and then
the thing is with that.
With a dry white marker, you can be like surprised.
No,
and then angry face.
Because the thing is with that, everybody who does their own eyebrows, if they're right-handed, then their left eyebrow looks perfect. But trying to do it on the right-hand side with your right hand.
But you could just change your facial expression with a pen. It'll be great.
But if you get the piece of cotton and you just measure it properly, then you've got a good sort of shape to follow. So I appreciate that you want to like be funny and everything, but there's actually a science to eyebrows. So it ain't broke. Don't fix it. Just do as you're bloody told.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us, you wonderful human beings, for your midweek entertainment. It's Wednesday night Warhammer. The Warhammer show is here. Thank you so much for joining us, you beautiful people. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. 36 so far, 100 plus people watching. Come on, smash subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified every single time we go live or drop a new video. Welcome, beautiful. Also, by the way, just going to bring this out now, right? When the guys do a stream...
Oh, yeah.
They have a spreadsheet they have to fill in at the end with all the numbers in it, so I can keep track of everything.
Okay.
Because I'm a micromanaging fuck.
Okay.
Last night's super chat revenue, right, was £13.97.
I still think that's incredible that people in these hard times.
I left Joe 20 quid for his food. Right, didn't cover that.
No, I still think that's amazing.
Shut up, Luce. Talking nonsense. Shut up.
Disposable income.
So, with that in mind, this is a perfect topic for big, colourful postcards chat. All right? This is a perfect opportunity for colourful postcards once we talk about tonight's topic. We'll go into that in just a minute. In the meantime, I want to say a big thank you to Rob Paul, who became a member all by himself at Hesed tier just before we went live as well. What a legend. Thank you so much, Rob. You're a hero. The bottom base tier gets you in Discord, man. That's all you need to get yourself in Discord. So thank you so much for becoming a member at that level, you legend. If you want to get access to all of the what's the word we're looking for, sagas in the future early, you need Skull tier. Jarl's only giveaway was drawn last night, and then there'll be a fresh one that starts towards the end of May. If you're a Jarl member or above, you can enter that giveaway for free in the week that it's live, and then off you can go into the sunset. And if you're lucky and you get pulled at random, you will then get a combat patrol or vanguard box of your choice, soon to be called Spearhead. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hope you're having a great week so far. Luce and I had, before, because I know people are going to ask, Luce and I had an absolutely wonderful evening last night. A lovely meal out. It was really, really nice, really relaxed. We were sat down just as the guys went live. I had no idea if they'd gone live. I think we were about an hour and a half into the meal, and I said to Lisa, I should probably check if they actually went live. Otherwise, they've sat there going, we still got a problem. But they managed it. They did it, right? So thank you so much for supporting them last night. Super chats were fucking dreadful, but at least they hit the members goal, so you guys are incredible. Love you much. Love you muchly. Love you much and much and muchly. All right? Thank you so much. I think they might have basically almost beat it tonight already. Anyway, Big Bad Peter Gamer, thank you for the gifted membership. Mordy Hammer, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. If you've got a gifted membership, please say thank you to the person who chucked it at you and tell them that they're wonderful and beautiful human beings, and someone should caress their balls with warm, soapy water.
Ooh, soapy.
Yeah, just for that little lathery, bubbly experience. Just hearing feel the bubbles popping on the edge. Yeah. Right.
But you've got to be careful not to let your hand dry even slightly, because the bubbly soap then turns into a sort of pasty soap, and then that's not so nice.
So say thank you to them.
So you need to keep a moist hand.
You need to keep a moist hand.
A moist hand.
Say thank you to them. ! Discord and chat if you want to get yourself in the Great Hall Discord server and come and hang out with all the wonderful people. Make sure you connect your YouTube account to your Discord account if you get gifted at any point through tonight. Make sure you connect those two things together to get full access to Discord and hang out with the wonderful people in there. That is one of the ways guys, you can be notified if we go live because it's significantly more effective Discord than the normal YouTube notification system. There's obviously all the other exclamation points you can do. One of the big ones, one of the most popular ones at the moment is exclamation mark merch, because lots of people like Lictor merch. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? We're all children. Who knew? Anyway, thank you so much for the gifters already. We have our May's first Legends target up on the screen. No one wants pasty bollocks. Exactly, Dandy Dent.
This is why you need to keep a moist hand.
Anywho, tonight's topic, right? This topic is something that came about from the Liam and Joe AOS show yesterday, basically. And I've been sat on this for a little while anyway. The whole point in this topic tonight, if you're here for this particular reason, then you should probably leave, because the whole point of this topic tonight is not to be monumentally negative, okay? Not to be monumentally negative. The whole point in tonight's topic is simply to see if there's suggestions, solutions, and ideas from you wonderful people, as well as myself, about how we can fix 40k's biggest issue. And I think I have worked out what 40k's biggest issue is.
No loads worth doing today, so I'm parked eating pot edibles and come to hang with Liam and Luce.
Yes, Bo! Welcome, dude. Thank you so much for your 5 Canadian. It's like real money, but not quite. But thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thanks so much, Bo. You're a legend.
Giddy up. Make sure you super like at the end. Winking face.
What's super like? Make sure you super like. I don't know what it is, though. But thank you, Joe, for the 10. You're a legend as well. You people are amazing. We're like £4 off beating last night. Anyway, I think I figured out 40k's biggest issue, right? There's a ton of people that have a ton of complaints and a ton of problems about 10th edition 40k. Everything from characters joining units to flavour and codexes to faction rules not being locked to certain colour schemes, through to rules, through to lack of like narrative ways of playing or other ways of playing outside of Leviathan, etc, etc, etc. And I think all of them are arguably quite justified. I think everybody who has any of those issues has a point. But I think I've worked out what the biggest problem with 40k is. And this comes from the Age of Sigmar 4 articles. And I've looked at other games and things that exist out there. Not too long ago, not too recently, my eldest has been playing a lot of chess. Right? Which is essentially a board game. And I was like, what on earth is the biggest issue with 40k? I think I know what it is. It's large periods of non-interactivity between the two players. There's huge periods of time where a player is just stood there taking his bumming. And I think this is something that is inherent throughout the whole of the game. I'll go into it a little bit more in just a moment, because at the moment we're going to have to say a massive, huge, monumental soapy ball thanks to Star Pilot 94 and Lucy's Salute, and you can't see Lucy's Salute. They're the 50 gifted memberships. Oh my shit, the bed.
Do the girls get soapy boobs? If the boys get soapy balls?
You tell me, is that nice?
Is
it nice?
I've never had it.
I can't make a promise we don't know it's nice. It might be awful. All right, Star, thank you so much for 50 gifted. 50 gifted is monumentally huge and incredibly generous. Love you, Sam. Thank you so much for 50, you amazing human being. So yeah, non-interactivity. Now, you'll notice that I talked about chess just before I said that, because the thing is, what does chess have? Chess has a you go, I go system. I move a piece, you move a piece. I move a piece, you move a piece. I move a piece, you move a piece.
Yeah.
So you're constantly looking at the singular move your opponent does and thinking about your next one, because it comes straight after. So it's actually very interactive if you think about it, because it's you go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go, all the way through.
Right.
Now, with oh my god, Hellstorm Wargaming got gifted a membership by Star Pilot 94.
Oh no way!
Star, you got Mikey. Pete, thank you for 5 gifted as well. You fucking Jesus, chat. Look at you lot go. Look at you lot go. So so that's the very basic game of chess. If we look at bolt action has unit activation, but it's still a you go I go system, which we've all said is lots of fun and it keeps it kind of interesting. But it's not a you go I go because you pull a dice out of a bag. So with bolt action, say I've got 10 units on the tabletop, 3 tanks and 7 infantry units, and you've got 8 units on the tabletop. You've got one more tank, but less infantry units, right? I put my 10 dice in a bag that are all green, and you put your 8 dice in a bag that are all grey. Shake the bag up, and then when it's time for the turn, you reach in the bag and you pull a dice. If it's grey, it's your turn. You get to play with one of your units. If it's green, it's my turn. I get to play with one of my units. And it's really random, so I could pull 3 green in a row, then you could pull 2 grey, then I could pull a green, then you could pull a grey, then I could pull a green, then you could pull 2 greys, and it happens that way. So it's constantly taking, like, it's not like... With the thing with 40k, if you think about the fact that it's a 5-turn game that's normally over around 3 hours, right? It's 40 minutes a round-ish, roughly, right? 40 to 50 minutes a battle round, which means that half of that time, 25 minutes, 20 minutes of that time, you just stood there. Whilst your opponent does everything.
That sounded really appealing until you said it's around 3 hours.
It's 3 hours is... No, 3 hours for 40k.
Oh.
Bolt action's fun.
Okay.
Bolt action's fun. Right? So what happens now is that you... And this has been an endemic 40k problem for a long, long time, okay? So for quite a long time, this has happened. This isn't new. 40k being 3 hours for a full game, and it being battle round 1, my turn, then your turn, battle round 2, my turn, then your turn, right? That is not a new thing. That's a pretty standard thing, right? That's happened forever. But certain factions like Tau, I think, exacerbate the problem, because what happens is they roll 1 million dice and you roll your saving throws. That's your only interaction and you die, right? And this is compounded because of the number of rerolls that have found their way into Warhammer 40k nowadays. Reroll hits, reroll wounds. So when a certain unit starts shooting at you, what it is at that point is essentially a foregone conclusion that they're probably going to kill you. Okay, that's problem number 1. Right. Problem number 1 is it's not interactive. Problem number 2, stratagems. Right. Stratagems brought some promise of things that I can do in your turn, where I can play a stratagem in your turn, and it can give me some kind of defensive buff or let me do something. Problem was, the stratagem writing meant that actually the best stratagems that players wanted to use were offensive ones that they used in their turn to further enhance that guarantee of killing that thing with that unit they want to shoot at. So actually, people typically don't now use any kind of defensive stratagems, and we've now gone down from 3 pages of stratagems, which were too many, down to just 6 per detachment, and most people, most of the time, have one single defensive one that they might spam. Otherwise, it's not that interactive. If you look at the Age of Sigmar reactions that they're bringing in, there's a ton of them that you do in your opponent's turn, from countercharging to essentially overwatching. And what I like about it specifically is the fact that everybody has access to the same ones. That's really, really good. It's really, really nice, right? But even so far as the fight phase, let's not talk about Tau for a minute. Let's talk about someone like World Eaters. Let's not talk about the fight. Let's not talk about shooting. Let's talk about the fight phase. With 40k, if I charge with 5-6 units across the board, every single one of them has fights first. There is one opportunity for my opponent to interact with, perhaps a interrupt stratagem or a fights first. Otherwise, I fight with all 6 units, and then he finally gets to have a go with what's left, maybe. Age of Sigmar has a you go, I go in the fight phase. It's very, very different to how 40k does it. And that's all kind of been the same for a while, and it's not felt that bad. But then you bring in secondary objectives, which say to you, go and stand in the corner of the board. Get some points.
Hashtag Joe's Dinner Fund. 40k needs to be super fun at the end of the day. There's just a lot of stand there and take a opponent, which I don't find fun. Instead of cool you do a thing, I can do a thing. Also, need faster games.
Sam, I agree with everything you just said there. So for me, personally, actions are one of the worst things to have ever been brought into Warhammer 40k. I don't like actions at all. I'm not a fan of actions whatsoever. And I would argue that even things like Battle Shock make it a bit more one-sided, because I failed my Battle Shock, I'm just going to stand there now and then you fight first and I'm going to die. But so I think my biggest problem with 40k, what I think 40k's biggest issue is the non-interactivity. You walk up to a table, 2 people stand at each other. I watched a few weeks ago, I watched Paddy play Joe. Paddy had Tau, new Tau Codex. Joe had current Chaos Space Marines. After Battle Round 1, Paddy won the roll-off and he shot his whole army, and Joe lost basically 40% of his force. It all died. Joe then walked forward because he had mostly melee focused and didn't do much else. Not very much interactivity there. Joe's just picking models up off the table. And then we got to battle round 2, and it was kind of an exact rinse repeat. Paddy shot his whole army, and all of Joe's stuff was dead. And he then, I can see you saluting. I know, I get it. I've got it. And then you can see Joe go, pineapples. I'm done. I'm going to concede.
Pineapples?
Pineapples is the code word, yeah.
For?
I give up. It's the safe word that we have. Yeah, I say it's a safe word that we have. It's a safe word that Titans has.
Oh.
And we used it because it's good.
Do Titans also familiar with what pineapple might mean?
I think they are familiar with what pineapples might mean, yes.
Other people?
I know one person who I think is familiar with what pineapples might mean, and that is Mr. John McCardle.
John knows about pineapples.
John, you fucking legend. Thank you for 20 gifted. You absolute hero. You absolute hero. What a legend. Thank you so much, man. Love you. 40k's biggest problem is Games Workshop. So I think interactivity is the biggest issue. I think the biggest issue is that when you play a game of Warhammer 40k, one of you stands there whilst your opponent takes a turn. Now, I've been to top tables at, not competing, I might add, I've been to top tables at events where each person's first turn will take 40 to 45 minutes. And it's, for the opponent, fucking dull. You stand there while someone takes 40 minutes to move their army, and there's nothing you can do. You have Overwatch. That's about it. And Overwatch isn't also that good, is it? If you think about it, Overwatch hitting on 6s is pretty bad. So I think it's interactivity. I'm going to ask you now a question on the poll, because we're trying to get some engagement up tonight, right? Oh my god, I can't spell.
What is Lord of the Rings Mezbg?
Middle-earth strategy battle game.
Oh. That makes more sense than Mezbg.
So let me know what you think. There's a poll. Is it its biggest issue? If you vote no, I'm obviously curious to know what you think its biggest issue is. But more importantly, on big, colourful postcards, hit that little $sign, hit the super chat button, tell me what either you think its biggest issue is if you don't think it's interactivity, or how you would fix it if you do think it's interactivity. Right? This is how we're going to get super chats flowing tonight. You tell me what you think. Stars already started with the 20. Thank you so much for the 20, by the way. I think you're right. I think it needs to be slightly quicker. I don't think standing there just taking it from your opponent is the perfect way to play the game. Will we consider Lord of the Rings Mezbg?
Mezbg.
Yeah, I think I would, because I'm a fucking mad Lord of the Rings nut. But we've got other things at the moment to work on to bring to the channel that we've already promised you guys. So we have promised, obviously, Age of Sigmar. We are working on a little bit of Old World, but I'm kind of, I need to bring, to be honest with you, I need to bring Horus Heresy in for John, just for John. John basically props the channel up, so I need to bring Horus Heresy in for him. How would the AOS I go, you go in combat work if applied to shooting in 40k? I don't know if it would work in shooting. But I think if melee was a little bit more terrifying than shooting, and shooting wasn't quite so powerful, and you just brought in the Yugo I go in melee, it might work. But I'm also very conscious that I also don't want the two games to be the same, by the way. But I was looking at those Age of Sigmar rules, looking at the way it seems to be structured, looking at the way the reactions and the command abilities exist, looking at the way the fight face works, and thinking to myself, I think I know what 40k's biggest problem is.
Cost and time investment, to be honest.
You think that's his biggest issue, Morty Hammer? Is that what you're saying? Thank you so much for the 5, dude. You're a legend. We've doubled what they did last night now. Would be interesting if Games Workshop went down the bolt action route. We know they aren't shy of borrowing other people's ideas. They're not shy of borrowing other people's ideas, and then particularly keen to stamp on other people that use their ideas. 40k is too complex. Started when flyers were introduced. 7th edition, I think it was. It might have been 6th, but 7th edition, I think it was the first time that we introduced flyers and super heavies, Titanic units. And I often feel like they escalated the game in a place we didn't need it escalated to. Right? We didn't need flyer rules, we didn't need Titanic rules, and with Titanic rules we needed weapons that represented Titanic rules, which were D weapons back then, and D weapons have now escalated into strength 14 and strength 16, and things are a bit too killy in places. Right? That's an opinion at least. Flyers aren't a problem at the moment because I don't think... Does anybody out there take flyers anymore? Does anyone use flyers now? Interactivity, see stratagems. Stratagems, less offensive strats, more reaction strats. Secondaries, scrap for army-specific missions. Khorne gets VPs for the more units killed. I agree. I love it, Escapade. I personally think a great way to balance 40k in general, as well as improve this interactivity, all 6 stratagems, defensive-based. Reactive-based. All ones using your opponent's turn.
I think the Horus Heresy system would translate well into 40k and provides more interactivity.
Luke, is that the reaction stuff, though? Is that what you're talking about? Thank you, by the way, for the 5-man. What a legend. What a hero. What a hero.
Power creep / releasing an edition for 6 months to a year before changing everything for everyone, fighting balance, etc.
Preach, Evan. Preach, Evan, absolutely. The Ironstorm meta list has been running 2 Storm Ravens for many months, has it? I'm so out that Nicholas, I'm so out of the loop, dude. I have no idea when it comes to competitive stuff, to be honest with you, because competitive stuff I think increases some of that interactivity and increases some of that I stand here whilst you kill all my stuff and I pick my models up and I don't want to play that, so I've just sort of stuck away from it for now. Right? If the Helldrake wasn't 200 points, I would bring it. The Helldrake's cool as shit. Flyers seem to be deliberately overpriced. Agree. Strong agree. I hate the stands. But yeah, I think stratagems, I like the idea of stratagems, right? Yes, reference reactions, cool. I think the idea of stratagems would be cool if they were all reactive stratagems that you did, if every single one of the 6 stratagems you had access to worked in your opponent's face. So no stratagems in the game make a unit or a weapon system more killy. Arguably add some balance to it. Is it too much? Every single detachment having 6 of its own unique stratagems, does that cause us problems in itself? Because Games Workshop are trying to be interesting and not just copy pasta stratagems all over the place. Looking to use Crimson Hunter just because it looks cool. It looks fucking cool, to be fair. I'm going to replace 40k for Bolt Action, I think. Have you ever played Bolt Action, Kai? Have you played Bolt Action in the past? Bolt Action is a glorious rule system. And Bolt Action is actually quite hard to kill things in general. So, you guess what? You turn up with your whole fully painted army, and often you get to play with it quite a lot. And if someone in the first turn actually does blow your Tiger tank up, a little part of you's like, that doesn't happen very often. It's fucking cool. And that's different, right?
Dawn of War deployment and open tables.
Town players would love that, Dance and Des, wouldn't they? Thank you for the tea, dude. You're a legend. What a fucking hero. You can, by the way, Chad, I don't know if you know this, but you can use these yellow ones on game streams to interrupt them.
I think the issue with 40k currently are lethality and interactivity. If I had to change things, I would make heroic interventation 12 inches to work as countercharge.
It's a nice little tweak, Chris. Just I like it. Thanks for the 10 euros, dude. Love you. What a hero. I like that. Yeah, I'm into it. Aircraft only game when? We should do that, shouldn't we? We should do a battle of not Britain and just do nothing but flyers. Joe and I will just put all the flyers we've got on the table, which, I'll be honest, isn't a lot. In fact, it's not very many at all. We've got the Space Wolves Storm Raven thing. I've got a few Eldar planes, obviously. A Helldrake. We don't have many others. I haven't, mate, but no one gives it any shade, and the models look awesome. There is a small portion, Kai, there's a small portion of the bot action community that are unpleasant, who get particularly angry if you don't use the right shade of green when you paint the specific camo on the specific unit from the specific time period. There's a small, tiny portion. It's not the biggest portion. It's not the loud. It's probably the loudest portion. That aside, the models, when you compare them to 40k, are dog shit. I'm not being horrible. They just are.
I have found one good solution which has nothing to do with the game. Play casually, grab a February beers, play 2v2 with mates, and just chat shit throughout while throwing some dice and blowing shit up.
Fucking preach there, Chris. Thank you so much for the 10, dude.
Devastating wounds is the worst problem in 40k.
Okay.
It breaks so much and causes so many problems. It should either not exist, or just add a single mortal wound to an otherwise normal wound.
Love it. Like it, Steve. Absolutely. I fucking hate devastating wounds, to be fair. I don't like devastating wounds at all. Devastating wounds, more interactivity. So I don't disagree with what you're saying, but if you think about it, Devastating Wounds is more interactivity. I've rolled Dev Wounds, you can do nothing about it. Carry on. Right? So yeah, back to bolt action. So the models, honestly, dog shit. They're just not very good. They're really not very good at all. Especially comparatively with what we're used to with 40k AOS, etc. That being said, they're not the worst in the world. I've seen worse models out there for other gaming systems. The game itself, I fucking love it. It's so good. And I've played a few games of bolt action. My friend Adam's bought bolt action forces round and his scenery in a fucking carrier bag. And the reason why he bought his scenery is because we've then set up a full fucking French village on the table with farmers' fields and little houses and windmills and shit. And we've played bolt action on that table, and that's fucking great. It's really cool.
I want deck building for the tactical secondaries. Release 3 to 4 narrative faction-specific secondaries that you can swap out generic ones with.
What about deck building for stratagems?
I am yet to play any games, so I can't comment, but I'm hoping I can make my future games as fun as you guys do. That's my goal.
Alex, what a legend. Thank you so much, dude, for the 5. We try and make it fun and interesting, and sometimes you get wrong.
I would add redeploy, move in opponent's move phase obscuration like Nugal Sesam Strat, and Armor of Contempt. Call it stand your ground, remove all offensive strats. Units are lethal enough.
Units are lethal enough. You're all making great points. Chris Ross, thank you for 10 more euros, dude. What a legend. You're all making 100% great points. Boltec, I remove all rerolls. I fucking can't stand rerolls. Again, rerolls, however, add to the interactivity of 40k, right? They do. Rerolls means I roll to hit. Oh, I've missed with low. I reroll all those, and I roll to wound. Oh, I've reroll all those. So guess what? You're taking all your saves, and I've probably done enough to kill you. It's more me just picking models up again. Megan, how's it going, Meg? Thank you for 5 gifted, you fucking legend. If you haven't, people, make sure you go check out Meg's OnlyFans. No, I'm joking. Go check out the Hobby Collab on YouTube. They're our friends over in America land, and they're amazing. We love them dearly.
Shooting phase, more return fire rules. Fight phase, interrupt and heroic cost 1 CP each. Intervening unit gains benefit of charging, i.e. fights first. Overwatch once per phase, not once per turn.
Don't you think, though, that it's weird that those two in the fight phase are both 2 CP and everything else is 1 CP? I think I like that, Chris, as well. I like bringing more of that into it, so there's more options for people to having to hold 2 CP to interrupt can often be quite painful when you want to spend it on other stuff. I feel like maybe reducing the cost of those is actually a thing as well. But you guys check out Hobby Collab. I can get you a link. Actually, hang on, wait a minute, because Hobby Collab are amazing people. Formerly of Titans fame, Mr. Zach and Mrs. the Meg. They do lots and lots and lots and lots of hobby content. And are you still doing your AOS games, Meg? I haven't dropped in for a while. I'll be honest with you. I've been a bit naughty. I haven't come and hung out for your games for ages. There you go. Look at this. All right. Not only am I going to drop you a link, I'm going to pin it for you as well. There you go. Go check out those beautiful people. Jonathan De Silva, thank you for the poo. It's been a while since we said that. I think you missed one of my super chats from the Tuesday stream. Me? Miss a super chat from the Tuesday stream? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think Joe and I got them all. Thank you, John. Miss you. Love you. Chat, we are on 87 of the Flying Skeleton memberships. We're so close to the 100 target already. AOS on Monday and Saturday. There you go. There you go. Right, I'm going to try and see if I can find Elect Man super chat. I mean, thankfully, I won't have loads to trawl through last night. Right, that was fixing 40k's. There's literally three super chats from last night. One of them was Chris Sanford. What a legend with the 10. Hero. Pick your secondaries. Did you start a box prediction? Want to know that one? I've sent you some files in Discord DM, therefore Joe, since he likes the Hello King so much, I thought I'd share Cardo's short stories. I didn't, I don't remember that one being read out. Read that one out. Okay, we've got the rest of them. I think it's just that one. I haven't seen them on Discord yet, but I will have a look at them and send them to Joe. Thank you so much, dude. Sorry if I missed that one. I blame Joe. He's in charge of super chats on the Liam and Joe show. Gives a little bit of weight off my shoulders, right? Hobby collab schedule is in our header. Yeah, like we did the same thing. I need to update it because I think we're going to keep the 7-stream schedule. I like the 7-stream schedule. I like the hobby nights on Mondays.
Yeah, I do.
I've really grown to love the hobby streams on Mondays, actually. Post.
Heresy reactions are great for not standing about.
Yeah, I think that, and I think AOS has kind of learnt from that a little bit. I think from what they're talking about with 4th edition, I think it's quite cool. The fact that we seem to have a system that allows you again to play in your opponent's turn. Be interesting to see how it works. Like when it happens. Here's the other thing I don't like about 40k's stratagems when they are defensive, or reactions when they exist, is it create maybe this is just me, right? Maybe this is just the autist in me. Okay. I'm keen to know what you think about this, chat, genuinely, right? Something like Overwatch. Overwatch creates fucking people.
We try to make it fun, but sometimes we brum #Liam.
Oh, you got that one, did you, Robert? Thank you for the 20 Swedish. You hero. Siege Roots, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Yeah.
Battleshock, as is today. In addition, have a table of conditional effects. You immediately fall back and take desperate escape test with modifiers.
I'm into it. I love it. I love it, Chris. Thank you for the 5. But here's a weird thing, right? So let's talk about, for a brief moment, just specifically this one stratagem, but this happens quite a lot, right? Let's talk about Overwatch, okay? Overwatch creates this weird social situation on the table. And I think it might be the autist in me, genuinely. I fucking hate it. But on content with a person who I know really, really well, it's not too bad. But when you're playing a person you don't know, there's this weird social issue with Overwatch, right? I'm sure most of you know this already, but let me explain, right? Overwatch is a single command point stratagem that you can do when your opponent, every time your opponent starts or finishes a move or charge move, okay? Once per battle round, once per turn, basically. So you can't do it when they move and then charge you twice. You can't do it twice. It's once per turn, right? Gus says, bless you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I heard you sneeze. You're never alone with a microphone.
That's it.
Right? So I then start moving my... Let's say I'm playing World Eaters and my opponent's playing, I don't know, Tau, right? I start moving my model. Well, I'm like looking at him. I was finished moving my model. What I don't want to do is go, do you want to Overwatch? And then the next time I move, do you want to Overwatch? I don't want to ask them if they want to Overwatch 27 times, right? Because that's weird to start with. So then I have to move and kind of look and be like, are they going to say Overwatch? Are they going to... Because what your opponent has to do basically is they kind of have to blurt it out. We take the piss out of this, and I don't know if you guys have recognised this, but we take the piss out of this in content. We go, Overwatch! We just shout it really loud, right? Because it's a weird, awkward, interrupt type thing. The thing is with some of the 40k stratagems is unless your opponent literally knows what all your stratagems are, or every time they do a single thing with a single unit, go, I'm going to move this unit. Is there anything you want to do? I'm going to shoot this unit. Is there anything you want to do? Which is just a bit weird. Like, I feel like the way the stratagems are built are just a bit weird, and they create. And sometimes what opponents will do is they go, "Oh, I know he's got Overwatch, so I'm going to rush through all my things to try and not give them even chance to say it." It's just really bizarre. And I'm like, maybe part of it is things like timing of things like reactive stratagems or timing of defensive stratagems. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me. There's an argument to be made for removing primary points. Primary points in casual games are weird. They're weird. Anyway, like I said, Siege Roots, thank you for the 5 gifted. We're on 92 members.
And we love all of them.
And it's Monday. Not Monday, it's Wednesday, but it's March, mate. Fuck me.
Wow. You should really stop day drinking.
No. It's how I get through. That's how I get through it. It's May the 1st. It's Wednesday.
Correct.
We did it. We got there.
We got there.
And the start of the month, that means at midnight last night, YouTube revenue goes 0. Start again, dickhead, this month. So thank you so much for 92 members, people. You're amazing. Can we get over that hurdle and hit the 100 early? Maybe even target the 150.
Fiddy.
Yeah. We won't target tree fiddy. I ain't got no goddamn tree fiddy. I'm more used to going the other way. The Overwatching player giving a heads up if their opponent moves near one of their units, they'll use Overwatch. That's a nice interaction, I think, on the whole. You can Overwatch only in movement phase. Oh, what if Overwatch was something you set up? Yeah, so they did that a little bit in things like boarding actions, and I kind of thought we'd see that come into 40k. Right? How is it May already? Mikey, don't, please. Like, boarding actions Overwatch, I figured, like, I'm going to move my unit, right? I'm going to set it up to Overwatch, and maybe I forego the ability to shoot it otherwise, but it's set up in Overwatch, which means if you move in range of it or across its line, it can then Overwatch you, but it doesn't hit on 6s, it hits on full ballistic skill. So or maybe it hits on -1. I give up the opportunity to shoot in my shooting phase to set a unit into Overwatch, and then your opponent knows they're in Overwatch. Knows they're in Overwatch. May the 1st, pension day, baby. Not for me. It's like, I'm going to do this one thing. Are you going to be a twat? No. Okay, I'll move this unit every single time you make a decision. Overwatch should be done at the end of your opponent's movement and can target any unit that you can see. There are no dinosaurs in 40k with vision tied to movement. Yeah, I think there's another way. That's 100% Eric, another way you could do it, right? Make it super simple and make defensive stratagems end of a particular... I don't know. I also get the tactical nuance of people trying to fish an Overwatch out or fish an Armor of Contempt out. I kind of get that. I don't think I've ever had someone argue against doing an Overwatch at the end of a movement phase, even if it was the first unit moved. I think, from, again, majority casual player Siege, so I don't think it'd be a problem. Competitively, I think it would be an issue. Overwatch and Space Hulk was brutal. Every square the Stealer moved, you got to shoot. Overwatch and Space Hulk was brutal. Oh, it does tell them why. You set a kill zone, any unit moves through or into that kill zone gets shot. I kind of like it though. But again, we're setting up more interactivity, I think, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I like that though. Setting unit into Overwatch, I think, makes more sense to me than a CP stratagems. I kind of love the CP thing, but I don't think 40k's ever really got it quite right. What you're proposing is like how Overwatch worked in first edition Necromunda, is it? I've never played Necromunda. Heard it's a great game. Heard it's an incredible game. All I can smell is blech. It's all I can smell.
It smells nice.
You reckon?
Mm-hmm.
It's very strong. I feel like it's less subtle.
Okay.
Overwatch is bait anyway. Wait for CP. Unless it's flamer units.
How much responsibility falls on ITC's event rules?
Like none. Now. If you'd have asked me that same question in 8th edition, loads falls on ITC's event rules. Currently 0 falls on ITC's event rules. Because they don't have ITC event rules. It's just 40k.
Last weekend I played Crusher Stampede. Monsters only. Got teleport homers and cleanse on turn 1. Shouted actions of the virgins and threw the card across the room. Got some weird looks.
I feel like that's going to have to be a t-shirt. Actions are for virgins, Chris, right? We're going to have to make that a t-shirt. Actions are for virgins. 100%. Oh, I love you a little bit for that, mate. What I didn't realise until I went to the Thanes Day that we had recently was how many of the stupid phrases that Joe and I use that the rest of you all use. And when I hear a person in the room shouting, how far is that, or saying, how far is that charge? And then another person going, 9, and then another person 3 tables away going, Brom's favourite number. I was like, oh dear. Oh dear. Amazing. But thank you for the 10, dude, anyway. Yeah, I don't think any of it, honestly, guys, I don't think any of it falls on ITC anymore because there is no ITC rules that are separate to 40k rules now. Games Workshop Tournament Pack is what is played at ITC events. They just play Games Workshop's Tournament Pack. So the burden of responsibility, and the thing is, for me, when we talk about things like fixing things like interactivity and scoring and stuff like that, like legitimately, this is down to core rules and core game mechanics. If I'm honest with you, on the show, you're gonna have a great night with a teleport homer. I'm open to options for the image. I was gonna have a charging corn berserker. Actions are for virgins. That's what I was gonna have. I started saying yes, Gary, when I do something right at work. Amazing. More sportsmanship should be encouraged. Tell your opponent any negatives to decisions they're making to remove gotcha moments. Well, again, right? So this is another thing that I don't want 40k like AOS, but if you think about the implication and think about the kind of design ethos that's in place when these things are developed, Age of Sigmar, pretty much all of their reactionary stuff is generic rule stuff that everybody can use. So it's not so much of a gotcha moment when you get countercharged. It's not so much of a gotcha moment when someone redeploys. I think they called that other one. I don't know what the other ones are they've shown. I can't remember. But they're not so much of a gotcha moment because everybody has them. Everybody has access to them. Everybody can do them. Everybody knows what they are. They showcase. We talked on the Liam and Joe AOS show yesterday about things like secondary objectives or battle tactics, as they're called in AOS. And even the faction-specific ones are limited to 2 per Grand Alliance, which means that if you learn the other 6 for the other 3 Grand Alliances, you actually know all the secondaries in the game. Super easy. Right? Also, I feel like 40k is just flat too wordy. I think the rules lawyers might have ruined it a little bit. I think it's too wordy, to be honest with you. Because you, like, some people still, to this day, pull a secondary card and like, what have I got to do here? What have I got to do? Too wordy. Why is it that hard? We also need a Virgins for action. It's a bit of a cult, isn't it? No, Siege Roots. Hashtag not a cult. Hashtag not a cult. I say yes, Gary, all the time at work. I work with someone called Gary. It gets a little confusing for him. The closest comparison I have to Overwatch thing is redeploy in Age of Sigmar. I usually ask my opponent if they want to redeploy it if I think they'd logically use it in that situation. That's cool. I mean, everyone should and could play like that. Right? Isn't 40k the best selling product for Games Workshop? 100% it, Gaz, it is. Has been for the longest time. If they want to keep it that way, I feel like there's a couple of little things they need to address, in my opinion, and this is something, or this is some of what I think they need to look at. I think if they're maybe I'm pissing up the wrong tree. Maybe this is more of a desire than actually, based on any kind of real fact. But with what they've showcased so far from AOS 4, if there was ever a time in Games Workshop's history where a gaming system that's not 40k could compete with 40k, I think 4th edition could be it from what they've shown us so far. If there was ever a time another system could compete with 40k. Now, I feel like if they continue to treat their 40k players and the 40k fan base the way they've been treating 40k players and 40k fan base, they will turn a lot of people away. My biggest concern is that AOS, for example, becomes bigger than 40k, but not because it's just sold 10 times more than it used to, but simply because a lot of people have walked away from 40k and gone, fuck this, I'm not interested anymore, I'm gone. That's my biggest concern. Like, it would be nice if they had the same number of 40k players and Age of Sigmar also grown. But I think currently what's going on is people going, I can't. The amount of people that Joe and I know who we've known in the 40k scene for the last 4, 5, 6 years plus who have said, I'm not playing anymore, I'm just playing OS. It's just better. Like, that's very common in our spaces, in our circles at the moment. New people coming in seem to still be coming into 40k at the moment. What AOS needs to compete with 40k is more memes. 100%. 100% they do. I really don't think battle tactics are that good. They're pretty divisive in the community. I personally think they're too deterministic, since you'll have people build lists to do them. I don't know. I'm moving to Lord of the Rings, done with 10th, dead. See, I think that's its biggest problem. I think historically 40k has always been the biggest selling product. I actually don't see it changing all that soon, but I think there is a decline in some people that are there's a decline in people that are generically enjoying the game as a casual gaming system. So I've said for the longest time, there's a lot of people that are walking away from 40k, right? And the response I always get from my audience when I'm live, I get the response so fucking often, I'm gonna say it right now, and I'll be like, I think 40k's having a bit of a struggle right now, and people are pissed off of it. And all I'll get back is, it's more tournament players than ever before. Cool, okay. So if there was 10,000 people going to tournaments, right, across a year, numbers, right, I'm making these numbers up as I go along, but for sake of argument, right, there's 10,000 people going to tournaments in a year, but 1 million people playing 40k, okay? Next year, there's 20,000 people going to tournaments, but 500,000 people playing 40k. Guess what? It's fucking worse. That's a fact. You can't argue with that one. Next year, 30,000 people going to tournaments, but only 100,000 people playing 40k. It's fucking worse. So when people go, more people playing tournaments, I know, I'm aware. So as a competitive game, it seems to be more attractive to competitive people. It doesn't necessarily mean the game is in a good place, though. I'm still here for the streams. I will think about Lord of the Rings in the future, Lewis, because me and Joe love Lord of the Rings. Games Workshop shareholder meeting. Horus Heresy sells more than AOS. Currently it does, yeah. Absolutely. 40 sci-fi in general, actually not 40k, but sci-fi in general it just outsells at the moment fantasy in the Games Workshop sphere. My blueberry mead is in the final bottle. Just have to wait another month to drink it. Ooh, that sounds. Hey, Aspo. Aspo's still a grey name. How rude. The biggest issue is that the 40k rules writers are pandering to tournament players and comp people, and the majority of players who play for fun. See my previous point. 100% Wargunner. See my previous point. I only play 40k Crusade. I haven't played a non-Crusade game in like 2 years. How you finding it, Dexians? Fun? Benefit of cover is a lot better than the old light defense cover rule. I think 10th did a great job in making it easy to play. I think it's mostly. I don't know. I'm inclined to kind of disagree a little bit, Daniel. On the surface, I think 40k looks easy to play. Until you dive into the 28-page rules commentary and look at all, like, if you need that size of rules commentary, it's not a clear edition. A year ago, oh, this is interesting. A year ago, if I wanted a table at my local gaming store, I needed to book one a week in advance. Now, I can just walk in and take one.
Just a year ago?
Just a year ago, before 10th edition.
I would have thought that had been a COVID thing.
It's exclamation mark snipe me, not hashtag snipe me, I suppose, just around there. Narrative players the only way to get any enjoyment out of 40k. I agree. I wonder how many players not wanted to play 40k still buying minis for their forces. I think, do you know what, guys? That's an interesting question. I think if I stopped playing 40k tomorrow, I'm not going to do it, chat, don't panic. I think if I stopped playing 40k tomorrow, legitimately, I'd still be collecting it. Genuinely, I'd still be buying the models, even if I'm not playing the game. The problem is, I feel like the only real metric they get from people playing games is tournament players. How many people go into tournaments? Well, we must be doing a great job. Are you, though? Are you? I came in as a competitive only player and tapered off into more casual match play. I think it's easy enough, but just boring in 10th. Interesting. Anyway, poor old Asbo, right? He's been a member forever. He's just walked away from his job, but he's looking for a new one in the near future. He wants someone to gift him a membership, chat. He was one of our darling Thanes. Surely one of you out there can snipe Mr. the Asbo. There's 255 other snipers in the chat. Take aim. Bang. And if all 255 of you try and snipe him, 1, you might get him. 2, I'll go to sleep really happy tonight and I'll let you off for last night's nonsense. I find AOS more narrative driven and far more balanced in units and just fun than sci-fi settings for me. Also, fantasy narrative sounds cooler. I prefer fantasy, but I think for war games I'm in the minority. People want to bring the big fucking cannons. That's what they want to do. I also think as well, controversially,
biggest issue is GW don't have fecking clue what they're doing.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks for attending. So controversially, here's the other thing, right? I feel like here's another reason why on tabletop war games, sci-fi is slightly more appealing than fantasy. Fantasy type armies that rely more heavily on.
Did I get him? Did I get him?
Why have I just paid myself?
Did I get him?
Thank you. Oh my god, woman, honestly. Don't laugh at her, Carl! So armies that fight like fantasy type armies that are like melee focused, require, I think, more skill to play than shooting based armies. So to position for things like charges, to move block, etc., 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 to get into position to fight and then fight with all your units and beat your opponent is a harder job. It's more skillful than standing at the back corner away from everything else and just shooting at your opponent. So I think people often are attracted to fantasy settings because the skill gap to play with a shooting army is lower. I can just shoot at you with my towel and I'm fine. Anyway, Christopher Sanford, thank you for the 1 gifted. Eric Odinson, thank you for the 1 gifted. Jaco, thank you for the 1 gifted. Sam of the Runnercleese variety. Rambo, thank you for 5 gifted.
I think we've got a new munch.
Luce, thank you for 5 gifted.
You're very welcome.
We've just given Google money.
Well, you're welcome.
We've just given Google £7.50. So what we've done, we've just gone, here, Google, have some money.
And it's welcome.
She used cash. Fuck off, chat. Fuck off, chat. No. Flossie Bear, welcome to Jarl Tier, you dude. You've missed the Jarl's Only giveaway that finished yesterday, but your Jarl Tier membership will run for a month. And towards the end of the month, there'll be a notification in Discord of a new giveaway. Make sure you click that button because you're a Jarl Tier member. You will be able to click that button for free. At the end of the month, it will draw another winner at random. And if you are the lucky winner, you'll get a Combat Patrol or a Vanguard box of your choice. Which reminds me, Jaco, you need to get in touch with me. I've got you on WhatsApp, right? You won. Let me know. It's okay, Liam. Google needs money too. Does it, though? Does it? Does it?
To be fair, I've been sniped a few times because I don't know how to turn off the gifted on here. So it's probably about time I gifted anyway.
This also gave 5 people the chance to enjoy the channel. I think she did, yeah. Ghastly, thank you for 1 gifted. You're a legend. Star Pilot, thank you for 5 gifted. They're trying to get Eyebrow back. I wonder if he's turned gifted off. Oh, you people are amazing. Thank you so much. We're up to 110 of the finest memberships, chat. We could get to 150 tonight before we finish at 9 o'clock. We're not even an hour in, people. Thank you so much. I really hope AOS explodes with 4th edition so that 40k team can take some hints. Revenants, I think they already will be. My buddy who started 40k with me started an AOS army, but he's called it hyperbolically brain dead compared to 40k. I think he's on crack. Brohammer Chris says, shout out for the Greys. Can I cancel my membership and get gifted by Luke? No, Alex, you can't. I mean, she doesn't gift very often. It's like the 2nd time this year. I think we still don't have an official release date for AOS 4th edition. We don't IB Paints, 100%.
It's just not your couple of days, is it? Because we had a lovely meal last night. Liam goes to the toilet, and the second he's out of eyesight, I run over to the waitress and I go, quick, get the bill. Do it while he's in the toilet. So when you came back, you were like, you've paid for that bill, haven't you?
I hate it. The chivalrous man in me hates it.
Why?
Because it's not how it's done. All right?
Yeah, but now you get to work off the debt.
Yeah, I had to put it in my mouth. Just stupid. Thank you for the 1 gifted. You fucking legend. It's definitely on. Checked and checked again. Thanks everyone for trying, says Eyebrow. Eyebbrow's a legend. Eyebrow joined us really early on when we were streaming, actually, because we tracked his no smoking journey.
Yeah, we did. Eyebbrow's one of the OGs.
Yeah. He's got 4,732 children.
Yeah.
4,733 mums. No, I'm joking. We tracked his smoking journey. He became a Thane. He's a legend. He offered to tear up my carpet. I've almost run out of cider and I didn't bring a second one in from the garage. Stephen, thank you for the gifted!
Luce actually just stole 60 quid straight from Google's pocket by not gifting 50. Hashtag hobby
No,
mouse.
Chris, let's not start that.
Hey, what?
It's
What
like-
did I do?
He's just trying to apply women logic, women maths to... Yeah.
Oh, okay.
By not gifting 50, you actually stole from Google.
A penny saved is a penny earned.
Pay the restaurant in advance next time. I might have to, yeah. I just bought a Chaos Knight to run for fun with my Chaos Army. I need that Chaos book to come out soon. I don't know how long you'll have to wait. I think lots of 40k players think that AOS is just simple and easy until they play a few games and start to actually get how it works. Yeah, I think a lot of 40k players think that AOS is run in middle, everyone fights, which is not what happens. I mean, it can be what happens, but it's not what happens, right? Is that a euphemism? Tear up your carpet. Carl says someone got pegged. Okay, I get the AOS hype, not for me, but I don't think it will ever get near 40k. As you said earlier, it cannot even sell out outside Horus Heresy. I know 4th will draw more people, but this idiot thinks it'll never be big. I think it'll get big. I genuinely, I think if it has a chance of being as big as 40k, this is the best chance it's ever had, Tears for Mugs. But I actually don't think it will get as big as 40k in 4th edition. If it doubles its selling, great. Do I think it'll get as big as 40k? No, I don't think it will, if I'm honest with you. And this is why I'm not saying, so what I don't want to be, I don't want to be the person who's like, everyone fuck 40k, let's go play OS. That's not what I want. That's why I'm here going, how do we fix 40k's issues? I don't want to give up on 40k. I never want to give up on 40k. I never want to stop playing the game. I fucking love the game. I love the setting. I love the lore. I love the community. I love the rules. I love everything, right? I fucking love 40k. I built a channel. I built a business on 40k, for fuck's sake. There's this common misconception amongst a few people out there at the moment with AOS 4 that Liam hates 40k. It's all about AOS now. I fucking love 40k. And the reason why we're doing streams like, how do we fix its biggest issue, is because I want it to be amazing. I want 40k to be the biggest selling war game in the world forever. I want it to be amazing. That's what I want. Stephen Rhodes.
Interactivity is driven by the players. I like to get involved in the other person's phase, encouraging them and cheering the highlights.
Sven, that's one of the most wholesome things about the gaming systems, the war games in general, and 100% I think you're right. I think a lot of people actually enjoy that as well. I've always said that favourite game votes are worth more to me than wins. If a player votes for me as their favourite game of the weekend, that's worth more to me than actually winning the game. Stephen Rhodes, by the way, he just got out the biggest dick and flopped on the table. He's become a Thane. He's becometh a Thaneth. Thaneth. Thank you, Stephen, you legend. In Discord, now that you're a Thane, there is a new thread that has opened up to you. If you click on that thread, there is a WhatsApp chat link. If you click the link, it should chuck you straight into the Thane's WhatsApp chat. If it doesn't work, message one of the seers or who will get hold of me or message me on Discord. If you don't hear from me in a day, message one of the seers or tag me in a common thread because I get buried with message requests and stuff. So tag me, grab hold of me somehow, and I'll manually pull you into the I'll manually pull you into the only Thanes. Right? Thank you so much for chucking yourself into the Thanes pool. Word of warning, becoming a Thane is in fact financially irresponsible.
Yeah.
Because once you've got into that Thanes group, you don't want to leave it. Asbo was always like, once I get a job sorted, I'll be straight back in. I'm like, well, maybe pay your bills first. That's... So I'm just saying, right? I'll be a Thane for as long as I can to pay you back for all the awesome content. Aww, love you. 40k is more than just a game, 100%. That's what you want, but you are not accounting for the perennial fuck up that is GW. I love this stuff. I shouldn't, but I love this stuff. Mixed fruit cider.
How many? Can I see that bottle, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I should have got a second one. So I'm sitting on the ground right now. Word of warning, mute the chat. No, Sam! Only virgins mute the chat. Thought I'd put the lid on the pot, just melted the lid. Looks like a giant melted nipple. Brilliant. Buy the AOS updated ones now that they have a game. Hey? I don't like the aesthetic of the setting of AOS, so it doesn't. But even if it's a better game, it won't inspire me to play the hobby. 100%. That's the thing for a lot of people, though, as well, right? A lot of the things is about people's preference for setting. Become a Thane, get manually pulled off. Exactly. A lot of this is about people's preference of setting. So some people will just always be fantasy people, or they don't like sci-fi. Some people will just like sci-fi people and don't like fantasy. Some people like fantasy but don't like AOS. It's fine. You could like if you like Lord of the Rings high fantasy, you might not like AOS because it goes in a different direction. I think it's cool, but made a stream, now back to sleep. Smarvin, how's it going, dude? How is it upside down? Mixed fruit Copperberg gives me terrible acid reflux, makes me sad. Yeah, but it's nice, isn't it?
I can't drink cider the second it gets to room temperature. I can't. It needs to be. So I like Aspals, but it needs to be so cold.
The thing is
it
about
hurts your throat.
The thing is about ciders for me in general though is like I literally drink like the problem I have is I drink like a soft drink.
Yeah.
And then a lot of it goes down very quickly.
Yeah.
So, does they always have a fully mounted army, something that looks like Tatar or Cossacks? I mean, you probably could. I don't know. I don't know in third. In fourth, it looks like you probably could build that kind of stuff. If I have the chat unmuted, I will lose my job. If you ask nicely in Thanes for your child, Liam will get Joe to play your child's favourite army, get tabled, and ruin it for them.
Aww.
See, nothing
You're
but
so nice.
Nothing but a service we run here. Nothing but a service. 40k is not sci-fi though. I mean, but it is. It's in the science fantasy category with Star Wars. Star Wars is sci-fi. Like science fiction. It's fiction. It's sciencey. Sci-fi. Also love a dick insider. Yes. That advert is incredible.
Is that the Australian one?
Yeah. 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 I do all Chaos Knights for fun. Chaos Knights are cool. Well, GW putting units in Legends can really kill the mood for the game. Lost a lot of Seraphon units last year, and it killed my AOS 5. New edition might bring it back. Yeah. Legends in general is sucky. I get why they do it, but they don't handle it well, do they? For tax purposes, it's not considered cider unless it's wholly made from apples and is straw coloured. Otherwise, it is considered made wine.
Didn't know that.
Our chat's often full of clever people who know a lot more than I do.
I don't need a fact today now. Thanks,
you do.
Bert.
You do need your own fact. 100%.
I get the night off.
100%. Try Scumble. It's made from apples. Well, mostly apples. I don't... What's Scumble? I feel like that's a word I don't want to Google.
It might be an app of some kind.
It might... Scumble. It's like Bumble for shitheads. I hate Legends, but I do love the models anyways. Yeah, yeah. My wife won't let me go a day without a dick insider. Exactly, yeah. You're all getting crass now, by the way. I can see some of the comments coming through. I'm choosing to ignore some of them. In the KOS app, there is a Legends section so you can play Legends. If only 40k learned from that, and I've asked them to put them in. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I've said please put Legends in the fucking app at least, for Christ's sake. I wouldn't consider myself a clever person, lol, just a former revenue officer. You're all clever people in your own right.
No, Bert. You're the man that just gave me the night off. Thank you very much. You're a hero.
No, you've still got to do a fact.
He's a hero.
You've still got to do a fact.
We should salute Bert.
I'm glad I've got on here tonight. Rough times in these streams show how many truly amazing people there are out there. Ah, Eyebrow. They all tried to snipe you. They gave up pretty quickly, though. We got about 18... 21 people tried to snipe Eyebrow. 21 people out of 254. Everyone else gave up. Oh, fuck it. It's not worth it.
Definitely worth it.
Terry Pratchett reference. I've never read a Terry Pratchett book in my life, I'll be honest with you. I know people that swear by Terry Pratchett books. Have you ever read a Terry Pratchett book?
No, I haven't actually.
I'm
probably quite typical that I like Jane Austen and biographies. No, autobiographies.
Yeah, you've read a fair few autobiographies, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Dick Insider has honestly got a real brand. I know it is. American style of being non-alcoholic is very weird. It's just apple juice. Legends is just a massive feels bad, and it's really because they want only one game system per model kit. I'm a riot. Legends is just... It's the way they handle it, Siege Roots, I think. Honestly, I think the thing... I don't exactly know how they would handle it better, but I feel like communication well in advance is already like... So look, we're going to get rid of these. We're going to get rid of these units here, okay? So what we're actually going to do is we'll tell you basically a fucking year in advance that we're going to get rid of them. They're going to be supported for the next year, but we're going to get rid of them.
9 Ekan had a rule of 2 plus always hits target, 1 hits friendlies. Engaged opponents in my rolls more, they were almost as hyped for my rolls as I was.
Amazing. Love it, Kaz. I don't hate World Eaters at the moment. I'm enjoying playing World Eaters in 10th. I think they had more flavour before, though, on the whole. Oh, my God. Christopher Sanford of the Sanford Police Force came in and gifted 20 of the finest memberships. Jesus Christ, Chris. Thank you so much for 20 gifted. You absolute legend. Means you're matching. Lucy's saluted again. I'm gonna have to take
how long do you hold these for?
one day. Well, 20 gifters, so 20 minutes. One day, right? What we'll do, you can do your makeup and stuff. We'll salute. I'll take a photo.
Okay.
So I could just flash the photo up each time. That way, you can still sit there in your dressing gown if you want to. We've got like a photo. I can show
Well,
people.
I'm dressed now, so you could take the photo now.
I'm gonna spin the camera around.
And then no, you're not doing that.
No.
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 I just pivot it and it will look at you.
Pivot.
Pivot. Pivot. I can pivot it now and it will look at you.
No.
Saluting.
No. No. You don't want to know the debt you'd have to work off if you turn that
I have to put it in
camera.
my mouth again. Stephen with thank you for 10 more gifted memberships, you absolute legend. Thank you so much. And Joseph the Svensson gifted another one. 144 right now. 6 away from 150 with 23 minutes to go. I reckon you lot can do it. I actually reckon you lot will probably also get to 200 if you keep trying to get Eyebrow. I reckon you can do that. Daryl says, turn your sofa into a sofa bed by telling your wife to calm down.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's a familiar
facts.
sofa bed.
Straight facts. My missus just walked into the computer room, then my daughter's room. Thanks.
Well, thank you for that.
Now Stephen's in Thanes, we just get a blow-by-blow of what's happening in his house.
And we both had our curtains open after she got out the bath.
Lucy's fact of the day: semen is not only men at sea, it can also be shot in your face.
True.
Oh, and then we both had our curtains open after she got out of the bath and shouted at us. That's her fault. If you didn't do her pre-bath curtain check, Stephen.
Lack of Emperor's children is the biggest issue.
It's the biggest. Wow. I'm looking forward to Emperor's Children and also dreading it at the same time. Because Joe's going to do Emperor's Children and I'm going to want to do Emperor's Children at the same time. Oh my God, people. We did it with 150 done. I told you we could get to 200 in the pursuit of sniping Mr. Eyebrow. I told you we could do it.
Did someone get Eyebrow?
No, not yet.
Oh, we've got a new munch. Eyebrow.
We currently have a new munch, yeah. That's because, what's going on? Here's what I think's happening, algorithmically. I reckon Google's gone, that fucker was a Thane for ages. No way he's getting a free one. No way. It's up to you, chat, to prove YouTube wrong. I'm just saying. You're taking on the giant corporation here. Don't lose. Yeah, Stephen, if she didn't do her fucking pre-curtain check before she got in the bath, unless she closed all the curtains, got in the bath, and you lot went around and opened them all again, that's quite cruel.
My favourite open curtain moment was when James had his seizure and you came to help. And then you were like, right, well, now all the excitement's over and James is fine. I'll go and get dressed now because the curtains were open the whole time.
And I was stark bollock naked. Honestly. Anyway, Mad Larky, thank you for the 5 gifted. Ramble Bright, thank you for the 1 gifted. Mr. Sven Holier, thank you for the 1 gifted. CJ, thank you for the 1 gifted. Look at you lot. Lucy needs to try it. No, she doesn't. Stop it. Siege Roots, thank you for the 1 gifted. YouTube's firing these gifteds out really quickly at the moment as well. And it's just purposely missing. It's like Wanted, just shooting around corners, missing Rambo's face. I think it's a cooldown period where you can't be gifted. No, surely not. I wouldn't put that past me doing it. You should. I don't. I mean, the front windows to the house, I care about those curtains being closed because they literally look out onto the street.
Yeah.
And no one needs to see me swinging in the wind. But the other curtains look into our back garden and you're like, the curtains. I was like,
you think you swing. Oh. It's been a great couple of days for me.
like a Jack Russell tail, isn't it?
You're the one that calls it a pressed stud penis.
When it's cold. Oh my God.
I'm having a great day.
I had a shit with the door open once. I'm now banned from IKEA. Oh my god.
Frisbo may not have sniped you, but you're worth all the members.
You're worth all the members, Asbo. Look at chat. See?
Oh.
You're proud of yourself right now.
Yes. Ah.
Keep talking. You're obviously the star of the show tonight. We're waiting on you.
Just blow on your thumb harder, Liam, says Gaz. That was Gaz. Not me, that was Gaz.
Well, chat. Thank you to everybody who gifted. We got up to 153 people. 47 away from 200. You guys have smashed it. Thank you so much tonight. I love you. I love you. You're amazing. Can Luce do the deck on one of the games, Liam versus Eddie, and Irian Liam for us? Irian. Hardest thing for me was to learn to and pee in the trench. Got used to it after a week. My Lictor shirt arrived yesterday. Blade loved it. Exclamation mark merch, chat. Exclamation mark merch. Hang on. I can do a thing, can't I? We can now unpin this.
I am what is known as a Legends expert in 40k. Crying face.
Don't be a crying face, Mr. Will. Don't be a crying face. You're my Legends expert. I need Lictor search. Well, let me. I can't pick up the t-shirt. It only shows me the hoodies. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Let's add that one and tag it. Yeah, that's the one. Save. We're going to tag a product now, chat. Let's have a mass purchasing of t-shirts. I think I need to sell one more of these, by the way, for it to be our best-selling t-shirt of all time.
It's not already.
It's one away.
What was,
literally one away.
What was the one before it?
Currently, the Raven Great Hall ones.
Ah.
The new ones with all the fancy patterns. Because everyone went, they're fucking pretty. I was like, yeah, they're exclamation mark Raven.
I forgot we had those.
I think it's we're one Lictor t-shirt away from it being the best-selling t-shirt we've ever made. And I didn't think we would sell that many, I'll be honest. I was like, oh, we might sell 10. Apparently, everybody out there in chat is as childish as we are.
I'm waiting to see someone wearing one of your shirts. I will stop them in the street and say, where did you get your shirt from?
Yeah.
That's
I'd
amazing.
love to see it. I'd love to see a random person wearing the t-shirt. Like,
Maybe.
what I think it sounds awful, right? Because I'd love for everybody out there to buy a Lictor t-shirt.
Yeah.
Of course I would. We don't make a lot of money off them, but I think they're fucking cool, basically. But what I'd like to do one day is be like, I'd like to be at a tournament or an event, right? See a person wearing a t-shirt and be like, oh, like, I don't think I'd ever actually ask this question because that'd be
Hey, is
awkward.
that one guy?
But like, oh, do you watch the channel? I'm like, the fuck are you? I'd be great.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you've just bought it because the t-shirt's cool.
Or
That'd be great.
somebody bought it for them. I've got hiccups now.
Good.
Or somebody bought.
Called karma.
Ooh.
I hope you continue to hiccup until you vomit.
I would love to see someone in one of your shirts. Genuinely.
Also remember, if anyone's feeling self-conscious about their size, Thaintier supposedly proves you've got quite a fucking hog. Exactly, yeah, absolutely. I'm Gen X, I never grew up. God, yes, we're childish. We're just here to have fun. That's it. An extra question about Warhammer game design. Would you rather simple rules mastered quickly or complex rules mastered over a period of time? I personally would rather have to put in time. I'm going to... What I want, the perfect balance for Honest Siege routes, is easy to learn, hard to master. Chess. Chess is easy to learn, hard to master. If you teach a person what all the moves a chess piece makes...
Loose annihilating Liam is what I pay to see.
Stop it, Star. Stop it. If you... Don't make me phone you. Don't make me fine you. I was supposed to have fined Sean, actually. Sean was supposed to have fined memberships tonight. Because he gobbed off yesterday that we didn't read out a super chat on stream and then found out that we did. Right? Anyway, If you think about chess, right? Chess is one of those. If I sat you down and taught you what all the pieces of a chessboard do, it's quite easy to learn.
Yeah.
Right? Pawns can move 2 spaces for their first move, then 1 space. Right? A bishop moves diagonally as many spaces as you want. A rook moves in straight lines as many spaces as you want. A knight moves in an L shape. You know, all that kind of stuff. It's very easy. Knights can jump pieces. Everything else can't, etc., etc. Okay? And after half an hour to an hour, you probably go, I know how chess works. I know how it works. I know the core fundamentals of how it works.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Right?
A simple version, yeah.
Easy to learn.
Yeah.
Mastering chess. No. You go to a tournament at that point, guess what? You get your pants pulled down. So to be a pain in the arse, Siege Roots, I'm in the middle. I'm like, I want the game to be easy to learn, but I want it to be hard to master. And I think that's where the complexity often in 40k is based around how many words a rule has rather than actually how difficult it is to make it work well, you know? How well do those Raven shirts fit, like a football shirt, or go one size bigger? I wear XL t-shirts for everything, and my Raven shirt is XL. The only brand I don't wear XL in, I also know that I have to order a 2XL because they are a lot snugger, and I'm an average build, I'd say. So I think, if I remember rightly, all the lads that ordered them have all ordered their normal size, and they've been okay. But if people are in chat who've ordered Raven shirts, just let us know what you think. If you've ordered your normal size or if you ordered one size bigger. There is a size guide in there as well, by the way. Finally, I know, I'm joking, Star. I'm joking. 55 memberships and $22 in postcards is very impressive. Apparently more impressive than my penis. All right.
Stephen says, loose on deck while Liam's playing. Stephen, were you with us when I used to B team? Because I've been on deck.
That could have been misheard. Were you with us when I used to beat him?
B team.
Were you with us when I used to beat him on camera? Were you there for that?
B team. But I haven't actually done the deck in the studio yet.
You haven't done the deck in the studio. It is very much changed.
Very different, yeah.
You can come to the deck one night if you really want to.
Yeah, I'll do the deck one night. I'll get a new flow chart out.
Yeah, let's find a half-term night where we can set the boys up somewhere. It's going to be quite the flowchart now, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I want rules that I can learn and play quickly. Yeah, easy to play, easy to learn, hard to master. So in a perfect world, anybody picking up 40k can learn the rules and play after, I don't know, a day of dicking around and be able to play a game. Could you go to a GT and win it? Or podium? No. Could you just build the latest meta list and win games left, right, and Charlie? No, right? It would be hard to master. I heard beat him too. Yeah, exactly. See? See? At least she wasn't finger blasting you. Again.
Team.
Again.
B team.
Having multiple Stevens in chat is confusing. Yes. I'm trim and a medium looks fitted on me. Does it? What do you normally What do you normally wear though? Do you normally wear a medium?
Usually, when you're buying clothes online, there'll be a review, if you like, where it'll ask for quality, speedy delivery, and it'll say fit. So you have the option to look at if people think it comes up large or small. So a lot of the time when you buy t-shirts online, they'll have a how does it fit section.
I think.
Do you have that on yours?
For the Ravens? Or for the Lictors?
Any of them. Especially as the Lictors is a vendor.
So the Lictor t-shirt, hang on. Hang on. So, if I go to my store... Hang on, chat, we're there. We'll be there in any second. Give me a moment. View store. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we'll screen share. So for the what's it called? The Great Hall shirts on Raven.gg. These ones, these are the very expensive ones. They're 45 quid, right? But they are football shirt material. And when I say football shirt, I obviously mean soccer shirt to you American people. When I say soccer shirt material, it's that thin sports-like material. The quality is beautiful. All of this print is printed directly into the material. It won't fade. It won't wash out, right? It's printed directly into the material. They are incredible quality, but that's why they're £45. Also cheaper than basically every soccer team in the top leagues in the UK anyway, who now charge you £60 for one of these. And often theirs have got like sticky on front logos that come off in the wash. If you scroll down, there is a size chart in here. If you click on the size chart button, it tells you here, look, here you go. You can switch from centimetres to inches, depending on, and it gives you all the sizes, and it tells you what A is. And for reference, if I click on inches, you'll notice that an XL for A is 23.62, so 24, which means it's across the front, not all the way around. So an XL, double it, you basically get the standard chest for inches, right? If you're in the UK, we normally do chest size in inches, right? So a standard chest size 48, you know, that one is obviously basically 48 chest. This one, basically 50 chest as a 2XL, all right? This one, basically 52 chest. You see where I'm going with it, okay? So this is the size chart. B, obviously, is from the top of the neck all the way down for length. So I'm in an XL, 48-inch chest, 31-inch length, okay? Cool. Right, so that is for raven.gg. And then if we... Hang on a minute, let me hide screen. Here we go, gelato. Not that one, wrong one. Let me go Shopify. Have I actually... I have hidden screen, good, okay. Because otherwise you'll see passwords and shit and I don't want you to see that stuff. That would be bad. Right, the size chart's very accurate, good. If you then come to our main merchandise page. So I'd love to get the Raven shirts into our main merchandise page, but we can't because they're print on demand with Raven. And I was going to cancel them, but when they made the custom print and they made it as sexy as they made it, I didn't cancel them because they're fucking gorgeous.
I like the look of the hoodie.
They're so not. Yeah, I want the hoodie, but it's 60 fucking quid, and I can't really justify it. They're so pretty. In the main store, we've added some new products recently. We've added a Great Hall Premium hoodie. We've added a Lictor hoodie. We've added a Lictor mug and a Great Hall mug as well. Someone took delivery in the OnlyFans of their Great Hall mug today and said the quality is amazing. I'm always open to feedback. Right. So if you go into the Lictor t-shirt, right, you get your colours, you pick your colour, you can pick your size, right? And if you come down here, guess what? Size guide right there, okay? In centimetres, in inches, I did it exact same format, right? Exact same format. XL, 24 inches, half chest. So it's a 48-inch chest, right? I followed the same format, okay? You also, right? You also get your washing instructions down here, right? Machine wash, warm, max 40 Celsius, wash garment inside out. If you're going to tumble dry low, I'd actually advise you don't, but this is what they've told us from the manufacturer. I wouldn't tumble dry at all. I'd manually dry. You can iron the t-shirt, just don't iron the fucking print. If you're going to iron the print, iron it inside out. Okay. If you do all those things, if you wash it at 40, you don't tumble dry it and you wash it inside out, you will protect this logo. 100% you'll protect this logo. Okay? Absolutely. So, you can get like black, and you get purple, and you get red, orange, and white. There you go. So there you go, chat, right? There you go. That's our merch. Exclamation mark merch, exclamation mark Raven if you want any of those things. They're sexy things. But a lot of people have been asking me about sizes. What about the belly? Belly's very much a you problem. I don't really know a garment out there that tells you the belly. So in that regards, I think, someone's just bought one. I think legitimately that if you normally order an XL, you will be okay ordering an XL on both of them. I think if you normally order an XL, you are okay ordering XL. But just who washes clothes anyway? But just look at the size guides for me, all right? Gaz is just giving you a 5-minute warning.
Okay.
Yeah. We stopped on 153 members tonight, chat, and Eyebrow has stayed grey.
Should I try again?
No.
Okay.
You've had your fun tonight, right? You've thrown money at Google for no reason at all. You've said I've got a tiny dick.
Not no reason. I was trying to snipe Eyebrow.
You've said I've got. You paid for dinner last night, which made me angry.
No, it didn't.
It did.
No, it didn't.
It does become a problem if something is so simple and easily piloted, like pre-nerf CSM or Eldar, easy to abuse, and 100%. 100%, absolutely. Goddamn, making me want the Lictor t-shirt. You should get the Lictor t-shirt. The Lictor t-shirt is amazing. A little chortle from Luce has made my evening. I'm out here. Good night, folks. Night, Kai. Good to see you again, dude.
Kai's
Love
comment?
you. Which one? 7XL or something I like to call a marquee. 10 shot this time. 10 shot this time. You people are amazing. You've gifted plenty of people, actually, to be honest with you. Don't drop 50. No, fuck me. I would go ape shit. Dan. Ape shit.
I won't. I wouldn't do 50. I'd just do another 5.
We are also, just before Luke Fact,
Yes.
at 200 likes.
My likes aren't refreshing.
We are at 200 likes in front of it, according to me. Thank you so much, chat, for 200 likes. People are amazing. Pissed all over last night. There you go. We'll show the guys. Although what you are telling me is it didn't need a studio, didn't need a team, didn't need to play games. Just sat here and done it all. Should we just hand the studio back and just do talking head streams from now on?
Well, Joe needs to pick his jeans up.
We can get rid of Joe. It'll be a massive saving to get rid of Joe.
Well, before we hand it back,
We
he should really pick his jeans up.
Save his salary. His monster habit. I pay for his lunch and dinner twice a week.
He's doing really well on that. He got an Iron Brew. Or did he have Monster?
No, he's back to Monster on Tuesday. Yesterday.
Joe!
Honestly. Anywho, thank you so much, you wonderful people. It's now time for Luke Fact. If you are new here, then Luke Fact, Loose Fact is his actual name, right? 211 on my screen, yeah. Loose Fact is his actual name. Luce is going to give us a fact. And it's either a loose fact, as in it's a fact that's true because she read it out and it's true, which is spelt L-U-C-E. And if you think the fact's true, you type her name, L-U-C-E. Or it's a loose fact. In that, it is absolute bollocks. And by that, it's really loose. It's not that true. L-O-O-S-E. Okay? Loose or loose? Loose or loose?
Simple enough.
Simple, isn't it? Simple. It's the only choice I fucking had. Anyway, here is the loose fact.
Humans fart enough gas in one day to fill a party balloon.
Like each individual human fills an individual party balloon, or all the humans on the planet fill one party balloon?
No, one person per balloon.
As an average. Because
You're already putting way too much thought into this.
Because Joe could serve us a fucking birthday party.
I knew Joe would come into it.
Joe could sort out someone's 70th.
70 balloons.
Just ordered a black hoodie Lictor. Good man. Good man. What was a loose fact? They all reckon it's true.
Stephen, I can do more.
But that means you too.
Humans fart enough gas in one day to fill a party balloon.
You just happen to do it all when we're under the duvet. Sometimes that's why I don't sleep very well. It's because I'm too fucking frightened to move. Because if you move, the waft that happens, I'm like, great, I've lost my eyebrows.
Dutch ovened you.
Yeah, yeah. Like, oh, I love her so much when she's sleeping. Move. No, I don't. That happens quite a lot. To be honest. Sometimes I roll over and it's so bad I've got to get up and go brush my teeth.
Think of all the party balloons you could have done.
70.
70.
Anyway, you people have been amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this first stream of May. April didn't end all that bad. I was really worried about April halfway through April. It didn't end all that bad. I'm hoping you guys all love the content enough that we keep it up throughout May as well. It would mean the world to me. I am currently looking at potentially trying to go to Nova at the end of the year, but I get very nervous about booking flights at this time of the year, ready for an event at the end of the year, because if channel revenue goes, I then can't afford to go. So it's like, I don't really want to book them yet.
Are flight tickets refundable if you cancel
normally
before?
not. No, I don't think so. I think you might be able to pay to have them refundable, but I think that gets quite expensive. So, there you go. Oh my god, another Thane! Oh my god! Salute! You nearly knocked yourself out then. Jesus Christ. Siege Roots, you fucking legend. Another thing. Get yourself in WhatsApp. They're full of amazing people, and there's more American people in there too, right? There you go. You people. Does queefing count? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Star. Anyway, thank you so much, you wonderful people, for hanging out with Siege Roots. Thank you so much for becoming a Thane tier member. Get yourself in WhatsApp. There's a link in the Discord server. If not, hit me up. I'll make sure we get you in there. I'll manually pull you off. Don't forget that, right? Templar Warden loose is more than one, probably.
Farting when you ejaculate is the worst.
Dan, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it, mate. You people have been phenomenal. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Is there anything you want to say about your farty fact or my tiny dick or...
No.
I've been bullied for 2 days. Asbo says, thank you all so much for trying. Can't wait to be back. Love you, Asbo. You people have been incredible. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Tomorrow, we have 2 more streams. We have the Liam and Joe 40k show at 1:30. And we have another live game of 40k tomorrow night at 7:30 before we roll into Friday for 40k After Dark at 8:30. So 3 more shows for the week. Hitting May, setting off with a bang. Won't let me become a Thane. Try harder, Mad Larkin. Try harder. You can make it work. I believe in you. When we hang up. When we hang up. Fuck. When we put the phone down, you can work it. I'm sure you can work it out. If it won't let you upgrade, it might be that you upgraded on the wrong system. If you originally took your membership out on phone, you have to upgrade on phone. If you originally took your membership out on YouTube, on web page, you have to upgrade on web page. If you did take your membership out on iPhone, for example, an Apple device, I would suggest you don't upgrade, you cancel, and then you take out a membership on Google, because Apple charges you an extra premium as well. 2 streams tomorrow, 1 stream Friday. Hopefully you all join us. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.